case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
The Tennessee Supreme Court, in the landmark case Banks v. Elks Club, Pride of Tennessee, 1102 back in 2010, took on the complex task of defining liability boundaries among defendants. In simpler words, the court had to decide who should be held accountable for what proportion of the harm inflicted upon the plaintiff, Alice Banks. The principle of comparative fault was at the heart of this intricate legal issue. The trail led back to various alleged acts of negligence that led to the injury of Miss Banks. Defendants ranged from a private establishment, a reputed surgeon, down to a nursing home. The primary legal challenge was to ascertain whether the principle of consecutive malpractice applied here, effectively holding each defendant accountable not just for their own actions, but for subsequent negligence too. On this grounds, Alice initiated separate lawsuits against both the private club and her surgeon. In the face of these allegations, the defendants sought to bring the nursing home into the array of accused parties, asking to share the responsibility of the harm caused. The lower court, however, did not favor this request, setting the stage for the subsequent appeal and landmark verdict by the Tennessee Supreme Court, which reversed the initial decision. The High Court affirmed that in cases involving separate negligent acts leading to a single injury, joint liability would not apply. It ruled in favor of the defendants, allowing them to exercise comparative fault defense. This meant that the burden of negligence could also reflect on the nursing home. Under the umbrella of the original tortfeasor rule, all defendants would then share the responsibility of the consequences faced by Miss Banks. Hence, the ripples of liability extended from Alice J. Banks to the Elks Lodge defendants, and further on to Robert H. Boyce and Premier Orthopedics. Calling into question the initial ruling of the trial court, the Tennessee Supreme Court sent the case back for further proceedings, setting in motion a potential rejig of case dynamics in the lower court. Through this landmark verdict, the High Court added to the discourse on multi-defendant cases and laid down precedents in the interpretation of comparative fault.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.